Hello and welcome to the Depressing World podcast. This is going to be more of a story than a podcast, so sit back and enjoy.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Hello and welcome back to the Depressing World podcast. I wasn't planning on doing all of these. It'll probably be only about 10 or 15 minutes longish, but I felt like I'd do one because today has been it's been rather interesting, to say the least. A lot's happened today. Excuse me, but a lot's happened today, and I've got my last exam tomorrow, and I'm finished for 2 freaking months. I still can't comprehend that length of time. That's just ludicrous. Well, it's actually over 2 months. It's like 2 months and a week, which is just insane. Like, I legitimately might go insane. You'll probably have one of these every day or something because I'll just need someone to talk to. Of course, I'll talk to other people, but it's more convenient to just have this, and I don't really bother with Skype as much as I used to, but yeah. I prefer talking to people in person than over computers, so it's just a thing that I've developed now. I like seeing people in person. I was about to say in human. Yeah, that's a word, isn't it, clearly? I like to see people in human. But yeah, no, let's talk about today. So, before I continue, I want to absolve myself and anybody else of any legal responsibility. This is clearly just satirical, and it clearly didn't happen in the real world. Wink, wink. So, yeah, whatever I say here totally didn't happen. There's no legal ramifications for anything I'm about to say, because it didn't happen. So I was with my friend. Let's call him. Let's not give him his real name. Let's say I was with Phil and Dan. Oh no. Okay, I've just opened myself up to an entire world of abuse. Yep, I just basically said that. Yeah, Dan and Phil. Okay, wow, that's like the weirdest fandom on the planet. But anyway, I was with Dan and Phil. Okay, well no, I wasn't initially with them. Basically, what happened is at school, we finished at 2:30. Because we just did revision for physics, and at 2:30 they're like, there's no point in you staying for the full day, you can just go home and do some extra revision. But realistically, we're happy with where you are, we think you're going to do fine, go and do some more revision now, because we really want you to, but at the same time, we get you tired, we'd rather have you well rested than squeezing an extra hour and a half of revision. So they let us go, which was very generous of them, but I wanted to wait for my friend, and my friend wasn't allowed to go. At 2:30, my friend couldn't leave until 4, which of course meant that I had to hang around town for an hour and a bit, which led to some fun experiences, to say the least. So basically, everybody was like asking me, "You gonna walk for us? You gonna walk for us?" I said no, because I wanted to avoid them, because I just wanted to go into town and sit and wait, and I don't know, get a cup of coffee or something and wait for an hour and a half, and that's what I tried to do. But then it's about 10 to 3, so about an hour and 10 minutes before my friend finished school, and I was in town. Dan and Phil came up to me here. Dan and Phil. And I'll continue the story in a moment. Give me a minute. Apologies, I had a text to respond to. But anyway, to continue where we left off, in the UK there is a certain unnamed substance that may or may not perhaps be classified as a Class B. I have never done said substance, but the friends, Dan and Phil, who I was with, had done it fairly frequently, and Dan even buys it for his own father, which, what an interesting family dynamic that must be. So, you know, just as casually as you can possibly imagine, they just say, "Hey, Zach, we see you sitting there, do you want to come with us? We're going to buy some of this stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so, yeah, I got to experience that fun. It's not like it was anything big, it was more just weird. I was just like, I was just waiting for my friend, and in doing so, ended up in the middle of a drug deal. So, that's like my life summed up, is that I just wait for people, and then full ass backwards into some weird ass situation that I struggle to, comprehend. Story of my life. I really need to drink. Jesus Christ. Oh, and also, some people need to learn when they're oversharing, because lots of people overshare. Not many people know when they do it, and it's very annoying when they do it. I do not like it when people overshare, and it's because I don't like it that people seem to do it all the time. Oh, okay, sorry, I'm just in the middle of texting someone. Oh my god, if we live together when we're in uni, we're going out for dinner like at least once a week, is the text that I have just received. This same individual. In fact, actually, I'm not going to say that. I've changed my mind, okay? It's too personal. I'm not going to say it on the podcast. I might bring it out in like a few months, but the day after it's happened, I'll tell you some point in August maybe, but the day after it's happened seems a bit close. Or sorry, the day it's happened, not even the day after it's happened. So yeah, that's just kind of it. That was just kind of a mini update. It's more of a story than a podcast, because I just felt like telling you, because it was just like, what the hell? It's more for me to keep on record, to see what I was thinking at this point, and for future me, if you're listening back to this, you were thinking, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Like, I could be at home revising P3, but instead I'm standing in the middle of a weird park with two people, and then afterwards they went to go and buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So that's just... He went to go and buy some of that for his dad, and then they went and bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't even know how to describe this, other than just, what the actual hell. See you guys next time. God damn it, it won't stop. Oh well, rip. Okay, so I've decided that this is actually going to be more than just a story time episode. This is going to be a little bit of a talking episode, because I have just finished. I recorded the bit last night, the bit that you just heard last night on Thursday evening. It is now 3:20 on Friday in the afternoon, and I am home and finished. I got home at about probably 3 o'clock. I think it was about 3 o'clock, somewhere like that. I've got home about probably about 40-ish minutes ago. And I don't go back until, when would it be? Tuesday the 5th of September, and it's currently June the 23rd, so that gives me over 2 months. It's about a month and 2 weeks, give or take. It's realistically about about 2 months, a week, and like 2 days or something like that, but that's how long I've got off. And to give you an idea of how I'm feeling, I'm already bored. Like, this is why I'm recording this, because I got home and it just hit me, and I was just like, because you spend so much time thinking about your exams, even when you're not revising, you're still unconsciously thinking about them, and you've got everything flowing through your head. Like, I will just walk around and just be like, yeah, total annihilation of protons and electrons when they collide. That's just going on in my head. But now that I don't have to even think about any of that stuff, it's not really going on in my head, and I just don't know what to do. I just feel overwhelmingly bored. The exam finished at, I think it was about 10:30. I was out the building by 25 to 11. I emailed my science teacher because we couldn't find him, to tell him that, like, I'm happy with the exam and everything, because the exam was beautiful. I couldn't have been happier with the exam, really. Especially to end on, because I do a thing called triple science. If you don't know, basically, there's, like, you can do, I don't know how the other units work, but basically triple science means that you do an extra unit compared to everybody else, because I believe if you just do core and additional, you just do unit 1 and unit 2. If you do triple science, you also do unit 3, so that means that for each and every single science, I've had 3 tests, each an hour long, so that totals about 9 hours of science tests. And as far as unit 3 is concerned, biology B3 was meh, chemistry C3 was and physics P3 was the stuff. So I'm glad we finished on that, because I'm in a good mood now, because if it was terrible, I'd probably be having like a panic attack all summer until like the August when we actually get the results, because that would not be fun. But yeah, no, so I mean, I've finished now. I have literally no responsibilities other than like doing the dishes, and that's it. So like 20 minutes a day of my time is occupied. And if you sleep 8 hours a night, then that means that I've got like 15 hours and 40 minutes a day of just nothing to do, which is just beautiful. I mean, I'm going to be going out a fair bit, presumably, but even so, I don't have that much money, so I can't go out all the time because, yeah, money is kind of a requirement. I think I'm going out on Wednesday next week. Tuesday next week is the Year 11 prom, which I'm going to. Wednesday I'm going to see Baby Driver, which is a film coming out by Edgar Wright, directed by Edgar Wright, which is why I want to go and see it because he's a cool director, that, and also Kevin Spacey's in it, so why the hell not. And on Thursday I am going in for, I can't remember what it's called, basically some physics stuff, because I want to go to like a physics convention or whatever, and it starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Beyond that, I have work on Sundays, and that's it. I have work every Sunday from 12 till 4, and beyond that, I have nothing to do. So, yeah, that's all I have planned out. This is gonna be a mess, to say the least. So yeah, expect a fair few of these podcasts, because I'm not gonna have anything to do, so I'm probably gonna end up talking to you people a lot. Well, not that anybody's listening, but I'll end up talking to myself a lot, because why not? I enjoy it, so, and you can't stop me. I mean, you can stop listening, but you can't stop me. I will continue. Well, I mean, you could, actually, I suppose you could find me and kill me or something, but please don't do that. That wouldn't be very kind. I really wouldn't appreciate being murdered, especially over a podcast. I mean, if you're going to kill me over something worthwhile, not a podcast. I don't want to die over a podcast, but yeah, no. What's likely going to happen is I'm going to watch a fair bit of Netflix. I've got some goals I want to get up to with my bike thing. I can't remember what it's called now. What is it called? It's like the electric bike or whatever. I cannot remember what they're called now. What are they called? Exercise bike. Jesus Christ, why could I not remember that? Sorry, my brain's just dead. It's just that I haven't slept properly in like a month, and I'm just so tired, and I just can't wait to sleep tonight and just have no alarms. Like, literally, when I go to sleep tonight, which will probably be at about 11 or 12 or somewhere in that range, I'm just going to have all my alarms turn off and just sleep until I wake up. If I don't wake up until 4 o'clock in the afternoon the following day, I don't care, because I just want to sleep until I don't need it anymore, until my body's happy. Because, Jesus Christ, I am so tired. But, exercise bikes, I've got some goals that I want to reach on that. I think tomorrow I'm going to start with just doing an hour in the morning, and then I'm going to ramp it up. I'm going to add an extra 10 minutes every single day until I get to between 2 to 3 hours a day, which I know sounds like a lot of time to be spending doing that, and you're probably like, what the hell are you even doing? You could be doing so much else, but what I'll probably end up doing realistically is I'll probably end up having some, like, for those of you who know I'm watching Homeland, I'm fairly certain you do, because I think I talked about it in the last episode that came out on Wednesday. But I'll probably end up watching Homeland or something in the morning, because I'll probably end up waking up fairly early. I know I probably won't tomorrow, but beyond that, I probably will. I'll probably end up waking up about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning every day, just because I like to wake up early, because I like to be awake when the sun's up. It's just a little thing that I like. So I'll probably end up being awake early in the morning, so by about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I'll have done all of my cycling for the day, and I'll be able to go about my day. So it won't really actually have that much impact on what I do, because generally nothing gets done in my house before 11 anyway, because everybody just lies in bed. But instead of lying in bed, I would rather be on the exercise bike, because, yeah, productive. That, and also I want to get, like, the muscles in my legs up, because that thing, I haven't done cycling in forever. I've done it a bit on and off for the past few weeks, but I've been fairly ill, and now I've just decided that I'm not going to get better, so I might as well just power through it and just try not to die. But yeah, no, like, the muscles in my leg are almost non-existent at this point. Like I said, I've done it a fair bit, but it's just the level which I've reached as to where I can cycle without, like, feeling like death is much lower than I would like it to be. So, yeah, I'm going to keep working on that, to say the least, and hopefully by the end of the summer I'll be pretty good at cycling. That's kind of the goal. Again, might as well. I mean, this might as well improve some aspect of my life, considering how I've got 2 months to do it. So, I remember I also wanted to learn to code, but I don't think I'm going to do that, because effort. Yeah, just effort. I don't think it can be bothered, to be honest. I just want to go and, I know, I suppose I'll see, but I just want to go and sleep at the moment. That, and also doing something like committing to learn to code isn't just like committing a day or two. It's committing a good portion of the 2 months and a good portion of my time thereafter as I continue to learn. So it's not like this small little thing that I start up. Instead, it's like this monumental task that like I will be doing for years to come. So I don't really know if I want to just start that up in the middle of my summer, but yeah. I'm probably going to end up doing something like that because I've got so much time that I might as well just do something. Anything at all. Just something remotely valuable so I don't feel like my life is a big waste. This is just not going to go well, I can already tell. And as far as making a studio is concerned, what's a time scale that I can give you? On the next Thursday, I'm currently recording this on Friday, so in 6 days, I will go on Amazon, I will go and buy a bunch of those big bags, like just garbage, well not garbage bags, they're like garden waste bags, and I will just fill them all with the crap that I need to get rid of at the shed, and I will start working on that, and hopefully, within a week or two, the shed will be empty, at which point I'm going to just, get some caulk, fill in all the holes on the floor, put in a new flooring, and then hopefully that will be it, and I will have a little studio to go in. I don't actually know how I'm going to record in there because I didn't think about that, because initially my plan was to get really long cables, but that's not going to work. So I don't know why I thought that. Well, I mean, it's not that it wouldn't work, it's just that it would cost way too much money. And that, and also it needs to be like actively powered or something, and the latency would be unbearable, and just I don't think I could do it. I'd probably need to get the most low-tech solution I could probably get would be getting something like a Raspberry Pi and just using it to stream onto a monitor that I put in there. But I don't know if I'm going to do that, or if I'm just going to wait and see and maybe find another way to record in there. Or I could just put a Raspberry Pi in there and record the audio on the Raspberry Pi, because it has a USB import, and I'm fairly certain you could find an audio recorder, at which point I could just, if I have like a USB like splitter, I could have keyboard mouse plugged in, and like an 8 gig USB to move the audio files, and like another USB from a microphone, and then I could record in there. I didn't actually think of that. That might be the simplest way to do it. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I just didn't. I might do some research into that and then see if that's a possibility, because a Raspberry Pi would be much cheaper overall, because getting a bunch of really long cables and power adapters and stuff is fairly expensive. So if I could just get a Raspberry Pi, then it might actually be a fair bit cheaper. I wonder if you could do it with the Raspberry Pi Zero. Can the Raspberry Pi Zero run Pi OS? I'm guessing it can, because it does have the board. I don't know if I would need wireless LAN and Bluetooth, because I don't know. If I actually know, I'm not going to get that one. Let's not be that cheap. It literally costs like what, £7 for the Raspberry Pi Zero. That's really not be that cheap. Raspberry Pi Model A. That looks more like my sort of style. It's still got the same amount of RAM. It still has the same CPU as far as I can tell, actually. In fact, let me just quickly check. 700 megahertz, single core. Pi Zero has a 1 gigahertz single core. What? No, that doesn't make sense. Unless they're like different architectures of CPUs, because it doesn't make sense that the Pi Zero would have a better CPU. I mean, I'm going to guess it's still better, but I don't actually know at this point, because I can't be bothered looking further into the specs and comparing them, because I just don't care. Realistically, what would be ideal is it would be ideal if I could sell the Canon camcorder, because that would get me. Let's have a look at the Canon Ligeia HF R76. You can buy it at Argos for you for 190. Mine is in as good as new condition, but even if I only sold it for like 120, that's £108 after fees. £108 would get me everything that I need, literally everything. I'd be able to get the Raspberry Pi, I would be able to get the flooring, I would be able to get the cork, I'd be able to get the bags, I'd be able to get everything that I need to make the mini studio work. I'd be able to get a little desk. I'd move out the monitor that I currently have out there. Not the Asus one, the little, what is it called? The little Dell one. That's only about 17-inch, because I wouldn't need a big monitor, because it would literally just be for recording audio, and I could do that, which is pretty tempting, to be honest. But the only issue is that it requires that I can sell my Canon Ligeria, or Ligeria, whatever however the hell it's pronounced. It's not that I don't want to sell it, it's that I've already tried to sell it and it didn't sell. So that kind of creates some issues. Oh, somebody's selling one now. In fact, that's not mine. HFR76. I need to see if anybody's actually selling one and if it's managed to sell. Let me look at completed listings, because I want to see completed listings. I don't actually think any of them have been sold. Oh no, one was sold on June 12th for 110. Why wasn't mine sold then? God damn it. Mine wasn't sold. And that came with the box too. It was boxed. So if I go off that, and I presume that the box added, what, £10 of value, it means I could get £100 for mine. That would still be enough. It's just, am I willing to sell something that I paid, like £250 for, just in December last year, for only £100? Because that's like a huge loss. That's like a 60-something% loss, or something ridiculously high, and just retarded. So I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. I guess only time will tell. But I just wish I could sell it for more. I wish that, like, Curry's had a huge refund policy where I could still refund it to this day. Just be like, yeah, you know, well, I just suppose I couldn't, because I don't have the receipt. Why did I buy a DSLR? Well, not why did I buy a DSLR, actually. I'm fine with buying a DSLR. Why did I buy a keyboard? Like, I don't get it. I'm going to play it at some point. It's just why I could have bought a guitar. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the keyboard. I'm going to end up playing the keyboard, but I'd have much rather have had a guitar. I could have bought a guitar for about £40 less, and I would have liked it more. But instead, I bought a keyboard for £100 that realistically isn't all that great, because it's a keyboard for £100. It's good enough to, like, play on, but realistically, the songs that I like playing, because I like playing classical music, they only really sound good on piano, not the keyboard's crappy version of piano. The keyboard's crappy version of piano is just painful. It doesn't sound good at all, because it's to do with, like, maybe it's just the keyboard that I have is crap. Maybe if you get a really good keyboard, then this won't be an issue. Let's presume it won't be an issue. But if you spend £100 on a keyboard, when you press down the key, it doesn't matter if it's a light press or a hard press. It's the exact same volume. It's the exact same sound. And that's not what I look for. I want to have a keyboard or a piano, which is why I want a piano, because the piano does this perfectly, because it's got chords where if you press down slowly and delicately on a key, you get a completely different sound as if you just hammer it down. Whereas with the keyboard, if I hammer it down, I get the exact same sound as if I lightly press it. So just constant venting. This is all this is to me. Anyway, on a topic that doesn't involve me whining like a 5-year-old child, I bought some stuff on the Steam Summer. Well, I say I bought some stuff. I bought a game on the Steam Summer Sale, which started yesterday and is continuing until the 23rd of June. Not the 23rd of June, like the 4th of July or something like that. And it's the reason why I'm probably actually not going to be able to do the thing until later. 5th of July, that's when it finishes. Why I'm not going to be able to do the shed until later, because I'm going to end up spending all my money on games, which, you know, that's what all reasonable people do. Oh my god, some of the deals are just so good though. Like Mafia 3 for 63% off. What other ones? Ghost Recon. Oh wait, is Wildlands off? Oh, it's still 26 quid. Get lost. 33% off is not what I want for that game. I want like 50% off. That's not an impressive sale. It's an annoying sale, because I can't get it. I refuse to spend £26 on a game that I'm not even confident is good. The thing that I like about that is that I like the idea of the offline play. I'm not sure if it has offline play, but from what I've been told, it does have offline play. So I can just play with AI because I don't trust friends because they would just screw around. But anyway, yeah, I bought a game. Wait for it to load. Come on. I bought a game called Depth, which is probably going to be responsible for my early death, but because I'm very jumpy and I get very scared easily, so I thought, you know what, let's play a game where there'll be sharks jumping out on me at complete random times, because that seems like a responsible choice to make. And I did, so now I own a game called Depth on the Steam, and it looks quite fun, and I can't wait to play it. Well, actually, I can't wait to play it, because like I said, it'll probably kill me. But I'm going to play it immediately after we've done this and see if I like it, and then if I don't, I'll get a refund for it. In fact, no, I won't. It's only £3.74. It normally costs $14.99. That is called a good deal. Right there. Items available for this game. Let's see the items available. Oh, I can get a custom skin. Oh, you're one of those cool kids. Get a digital fire harpoon. ADS rifle. Oh. I should so do that. No, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. Put the burn on sharks as you fire furiously. I was about to say, like, using your fiery finish weapon. I literally thought that it was saying that it was using fire, and I was like, wait a minute. So, we're using, like, a flamethrower underwater? How's that going to work out for us? Probably not very well. But you know, I'm going to go and play that now. So, I'll see you in the next one. Tomorrow, probably. Thanks for listening, and goodbye. I hope that really annoyed you and just burst your eardrums.